Palantir is climbing to $520 per share. How crazy would this be if it happens? But, as it turns out, they are actually on the path to doing this. We're looking at 11 times growth, and this will make everyone millions. Is there any truth to all this? How will Palantir even reach this insane level of growth? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir just broke a huge milestone, and they did this for the first time. As you may already know, Palantir just closed in the recent trading session with a historic market cap. This has never been done before in the history of the company, and this has tons of implications for the company's future. So stay tuned as we break down what Palantir's next move would be. Palantir's market cap has now officially surpassed $100 billion, marking a major milestone for the company. This growth is stunning. This is nearly 10 times what it was just 2 years ago. With this surge, Palantir is now the 98th largest company in the US by market cap, signaling its increasing presence in the tech and AI space. This was possible because of the insane price movement of Palantir in the last trading session. Recently, Palantir closed at its highest level ever, at over $44. This was the first time it closed above $100 billion in market cap. During the last trading sessions, the stock even touched $45, showing strong momentum. It would have been even crazy if Palantir closed at this level. And here's why this is exciting. These record highs reflect the market's growing confidence in Palantir's future. This massive milestone is more than just a number. It signifies a turning point for the company. As Palantir's market cap grows, so does the trust among investors, both big and small. A company valued over $100 billion attracts attention from larger institutional investors, which can further boost stock demand and price. This level of growth shows potential investors that Palantir is not only stable, but also positioned for long-term success. The recent highs could lead to further price increases in the future. As the company continues to hit new records, momentum builds. This makes Palantir a more attractive option for those who have been hesitant to invest before. Investors are likely to see this as a sign of strength and stability, pushing them to put more trust in the stock. But this is just the beginning. As the stock price continues to climb, Palantir may also gain access to new opportunities. High valuation often leads to greater resources for research and development, allowing the company to innovate further. All in all, Palantir's growth to over $100 billion opens many doors. It boosts trust, attracts new investors, and strengthens its position in both the market and industry. This is likely just the beginning of what's to come. And there's something even bigger for Palantir. We could be looking at an 11 times growth in their price as mentioned earlier. How is this even possible? Hear this out. With all the recent updates about Palantir's success, some are pointing out that its price-to-earnings ratio has become even more expensive. But in reality, this might not be bad news at all. In fact, it's a sign of strong growth potential. To give context to this, let's look at Amazon when they were still young. The company's price-to-earnings ratio reached 3,000. At that time, many people thought it was extremely overpriced. But look at them now. It's one of the most successful companies in the world. Their price-to-earnings ratio has had many highs throughout its history, much like how Palantir is moving now. These peaks reflect periods of rapid growth when investors had high expectations for the company. The highest recorded price-to-earnings ratio for Amazon was over 3,000 in the late 1990s and early 2000s. This was during the dot-com bubble, when they were still a young company. At that time, people were betting on its future growth, even though it didn't have huge earnings yet. You can already see how Palantir is much alike with the tech giant. More recently, Amazon's price-to-earnings ratio surged again, reaching over 500 in 2015, especially after the pandemic boosted demand for online shopping. These high price-to-earnings ratios show how much investors believed in the tech giant's potential, even when the earnings didn't immediately reflect that potential. As they grew, its profitability stabilized, and it became a more mature tech company. So, when looking at Palantir's high price-to-earnings ratio, it's important to remember that many successful companies have gone through similar phases. Palantir, like Amazon once did, is in a high-growth period. Investors are paying for that future potential, not just today's earnings. Now, if we take this perspective further and assume Palantir could grow to a 3,000 price-to-earnings ratio like the tech giant once did, the price increase could be significant. A jump like this would result in an approximate 11.5% growth. As of today, Palantir's price-to-earnings ratio is still only at 260. This growth translates into a price target of around $520. This isn't a wild idea. Palantir is a company with strong foundations, and it has positioned itself as a leader in AI and data analytics. It has already shown the potential to scale rapidly. Reaching a price-to-earnings ratio of 3,000 would be a massive leap. But it's not outside the realm of possibility, considering Palantir's trajectory and the interest it's attracting from investors. If Palantir continues to expand its business and increase profitability, a price target of $520 could eventually be reached. While the price-to-earnings ratio may seem expensive now, it's often a reflection of future potential. And here's another potential reason why Palantir's future is bright. The potential for a partnership between Palantir and Boeing is becoming more likely, and the benefits for both companies could be enormous. Boeing faces several challenges that Palantir is well-suited to solve. These include financial strain, supply chain issues, data silos, and inefficiencies within their divisions. Palantir's advanced data integration and AI-driven solutions could be exactly what Boeing needs to overcome these hurdles. Let's talk about what Palantir could do to help. Financial strain, caused by cost pressures and debt risks, is one of Boeing's main concerns. Palantir's ability to break down data silos and create unified views of operations could boost financial performance within 3 to 6 months, giving Boeing a much-needed initial boost. Supply chain issues are another significant problem for Boeing, as inefficiencies and bottlenecks can slow production and delivery times. Palantir's predictive maintenance tools could optimize logistics and reduce downtime. These are all amazing already, but this is just the beginning. Boeing's visibility into its own data is currently limited, which can make decision-making more difficult. Palantir's data-driven solutions could offer better insights and security, allowing Boeing to make smarter business decisions. Lastly, inefficiencies within Boeing's divisions could be streamlined with Palantir's help. Operations that are not currently well organized could become more efficient with Palantir's security compliance systems. For Palantir, this partnership would be a massive win. Helping an already well-established company like Boeing succeed would prove the strength of Palantir's technology on a global stage. Investors in the market would take notice, driving Palantir's stock even higher. The increased visibility and trust in Palantir's solutions would open more doors in the aerospace and defense sectors. As Boeing overcomes its challenges and starts to see real improvements, the credibility of Palantir will only continue to grow. This partnership could be one of the catalysts that pushes Palantir to new heights in the future. And on top of all this, Palantir is now facing a huge market they could tap into. You'll never guess what this is. As shared by a user on X, he used Palantir to help him with his DIY home renovation project. This just shows that Palantir isn't just for huge corporations, but also for small projects even at the comfort of your home. Listen to this. The user shared that they were struggling to find the right tool to track their renovation projects, tasks, and materials. They needed something flexible that could fit their needs, not a tool that would force them to adjust their approach. That's when they decided to use their personal Palantir AIP environment to create their own project tracker. Even though they're not software engineers, they were able to tailor the platform to fit how they wanted to manage everything. They emphasize how powerful and adaptable Palantir's tools are, even for a non-expert like themselves. They hope their experience will give others a small glimpse of the possibilities within Palantir's AIP. The platform's flexibility can be applied not only to large-scale operations but also to more personal, everyday projects like a home renovation. But what do you think about this? Let us hear your thoughts in the comments. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.